basically there's certain parts of the year that are much better to stabilize and grow a practice. And essentially that's when you get a little bit longer stretches of uninterruptions. When I say patient uninterruptions, I'm talking about patient interruptions like Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Those are, those are interruptions. People leave, they go on spring break, all kinds of stuff happens. So this is a this is a excuse me, this is a good window of really hitting it hard between right after Memorial Day, right up until 4th of July. Most of the people are on vacations. The kids are out of school, but the vacations start after the summer sports, baseball, softball, something like that. So usually they're taking their vacations in July, the middle of July, end of July, and then of course the beginning of August, schools getting started, and everybody, all the parents are running around trying to get things in order. So this is a real good window, and that's how I kind of always looked at it, is there's windows of opportunities to really pay attention to your systems, train well, apply your systems to take your practice to another level. So an example is like right after New Year, you got a really good stretch. Going through January is pretty good. Up until, let's see, February is pretty good. March is pretty good. March, April is good. So there's a real good stretch really from January up until May, middle. That's a really good stretch to push your practice. And then there's another window between Memorial Day and really the 4th of July. Those federal holidays really hurt a practice. And I always say we never market on in federal holiday weeks. You never want to do any marketing in federal holiday weeks. Nobody's paying attention. Now, internally you may, but you don't want to spend any money on marketing, advertising at all during federal holiday weeks. Nobody's paying attention. And especially right after it, the first day or two right after, because they're trying to get, catch up on their mail and their backlog and all that. So usually we'll start to the middle of the week, or if we're going to do advertising, it'll start the week after the federal holiday week, when people are settling back down and getting into their systems and routines. So and then it's a little tougher between the 4th of July and right up until Memorial Day, because that's when a lot of families take breaks. That's when they go out of town. And so, it skips their schedules. And then at the beginning of August, they're coming back in. But now they're paying so much, especially the moms, they're paying so much attention the 1st of August to get all the school supplies together, the clothes, all that. So it's a little harder that to really push it, practice then. And then you have another good run from Labor Day all the way up until Thanksgiving. That's a real solid run of growing a practice. Everybody's stable. Everybody's into their routines. That's another window of opportunity to put these systems in place and take your practice to the next level. And then after Thanksgiving, we'll market up to the first 2 weeks in December, but then that's it. That is definitely not a time to grow a practice. So we don't spend any money on marketing after the 2nd week in December until after the week after New Year's. So we go through that 2-week period, and all you're trying to do in those windows is just maintain this. To be honest with you, what you're trying to do is not lose as many patients as you can. Try to keep as many appointments as you can, and try not to lose as many patients as you can. That's the only goal you're trying to do with these holiday breaks. So this is a nice little break that we're in. We just got out of Memorial Day right up to 4th of July. So we got a good month here of paying attention to, one particular marketing system, train it well, push it well, work it well, in other words, get it into your system. So just wanted to share that with you. That's just a way of thinking, that there's some times that are much better to really pay attention to all your systems, and then sometimes to just back off and let the holiday go by. So